Shalom, you guys.
I can't keep explaining, can't study for you. I can't think of nothing, wasn't nothing gonna change me, no. Getting close to you was the only solution. I'm studying every day, I wanna get close to you. You show me how I'm supposed to study all your work. Yeah, I wanna get close to you. You show me how I'm supposed to study all your work. There's a special place that I like to go. No, body's home to increase my understanding. My daily bread, that amazing. I'm talking about precepts. Precept on precept, line upon line, yeah. Precept on precept, line upon line. Run across things that I never heard. Script's the only place I ever found purpose. I wanna get closer to God. I wondering how, then I found out that it was in my face the whole time. Damn, Esau really wanna be us, man. You know, servants wanna be horsemen. They wanna try to bite our style, like alligator loco Lacoste speed. Learning ain't cost me a damn thing. Cause we all got to study God's words every day. Cause one day our flesh is gonna fade away. Cause we all wanna do our best, try to make it through.
Shalom Israel, Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. I'm here to bring, this is Brother Elazar from Rise of the Chosen Worcester. I'm here to bring you a little health message, and I want to also wish Yasharallah a happy preparation day for y'all that are preparing for the Shabbat coming up. I want to give all praises on the Most High for getting through another week. And to get through another week, you know, this is a day that we get to spend our time with the Most High, to fellowship with brothers and sisters, and to congregate and to unite as a nation. My message here, I felt in the spirit to share a recipe that I like to make, which is quick, easy, and also you could prepare it for the Shabbat as well. You can eat this meal cold or warm, but most importantly, cold, because we're not supposed to warm stuff up. So I'm going to share a recipe here that's it's a favorite of mine, and also is a favorite of my rib. And I want to share this avocado mac and cheese. It's actually a vegan recipe. I substituted a lot of other ingredients so it doesn't have cheese in it for those that can't eat cheese. You could also do it with cheese if you want, but we're going to do it vegan style, and it's just as good as well. So I want to, you know, my spirit is telling me to share the spirit with all you brothers and sisters out there. Again, happy preparation day. I hope y'all getting prepped up before the sun sets, so we could rejoice in the name of the Most High, in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So I want to share this quick recipe, but before I share that recipe, I want to share just a couple scriptures, and that way we can have some people tune in. And you can also watch the video afterwards if you missed the live broadcast. I'm going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 29. Because another thing that the Most High wants us to do is also eat healthy. I know some of us eat meat and stuff like that, but we got to do those things in moderation and eat the approved meats that the Most High wants us to eat, according to the dietary laws of Leviticus chapter 11. So some of y'all know that. If some of y'all don't know what it's all about, read the book of Leviticus chapter 11, and you'll find the dietary laws there. So we're going to go to the book of Genesis chapter 1. And I'm going to just give y'all a couple of scriptures because, you know, the Most High wants us to eat healthy as well. It's also good for our immune system. It's also good for our health, you know. A lot of our people suffer from high blood cholesterol, from diabetes, high blood pressure, and eating better foods like this actually it's going to help you out. And, you know, I changed my ways of eating as well. I know it's a journey, so, you know, we got to take it day by day. But this is one of my favorite recipes that I'm willing to share with y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy this recipe. So I'm sorry. We said the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 29. And Yahweh said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And it's not talking about literal meat. It's talking about vegetables, herbs, fruits. It should be used as meat. You know, we don't have to survive. We don't have to just survive off of meat. There's plenty of nutrients and good qualities in herbs, fruits, and vegetables. Verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, where the rain there is life. I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. So the Most High also wants us to eat healthy. Why? Because we also need to take care of our temple. We are the temple of the Most High Yahweh. So I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians, and then we'll get on with the recipe. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I gotta take these glasses off. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 17. Actually, we're going to start at 16. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. You are the temple of the Most High God. So the Most High God wants us to eat healthy foods as well. You know, some of us, we need to avoid abstain from red meats, especially pork and all these abominable foods, seafood, crab, shellfish. The Most High hates that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, you know, based on that scripture, he wants us to take care of our temple. You know, we shouldn't be smoking. We shouldn't be doing drugs. You guys already know. But also, this recipe here is going to help you out as well, you know, because eating too much dairy, too much cheese could be it could affect your body as well. So we're going to get started right here. So basically what we're going to start is with 2 whole avocados. This recipe here yields about 4 servings, 4 good servings. If you have more in your household, just double the portions. So I'm going to break down every portion. Here we're going to start off with 2 fresh avocados when they're nice and ripe. Also, if your avocados are getting a little overripe, is also the best. So the avocados don't go to waste. You could do this meal. So we're going to take two full avocados. I cut them in half, take out the seed. We're also going to use a food processor to make the sauce, to make the cheese sauce. So we're going to get, we're going to add two avocados. You want to just put them in the food processor. Food processors are not that expensive. It's also good to make sauces and other foods as well. Or if you want to, you could also use, if you don't have a food processor, you could use a blender as well. All right, so we got 2 whole avocados. All right, and what I'm gonna add next is we're gonna add a cup of kale and also a cup of spinach. If you just have spinach, you could do 2 cups of spinach. If you have kale, you could do 2 cups of kale. Also, you could use other herbs like basil as well. What's another one? Shalom, Yasharallah. Not sure what happened. Guess I had some technical difficulties with the line, with the web or something, because it cut me off. So we're gonna continue back on the recipe again. For those that are just tuning in right now, we're doing a vegan avocado mac and cheese. What we got started off is we started off with 2 whole avocados, and we're using a food processor as long with it. So we're back online. Shalom, Mikael. Shalom, brother. Glad to see you tuning in. Again, happy preparation to all of those again. Hopefully it doesn't get cut off. So again, we use 2 whole avocados. We put it in the food processor. This is going to yield about 4 servings. All right. What I'm going to use next is 2 cups. I'm going to use a cup of spinach and a cup of kale to put it in this mix as well. Now, if you don't, you could mix just kale if you want. You could just mix spinach if you want. Personally, me, I like kale and I like spinach, so I like to add, best of both worlds in there. So, the greener the better, And just to note, this is also a high alkaline meal as well. So we want to put that spinach, that kale in there, along with the 2 avocados that we just put on there. All right, what I also want to do too is I got some water boiling for the pasta. So in the meantime, while we prepare the sauce, I'm going to use a good 16-ounce brown rice pasta. This is a really good brand that me and my rib be buying. Is Tinky Yada. It's pretty good. The ingredients in it is just brown rice and water. So it's gluten-free for those that got gluten allergies or that are sensitive to gluten. So while we make the sauce, we're going to get this boiling. And brown rice, it doesn't take too long to cook either, because you don't want to overcook the brown rice pasta because it does get mushy. It's not like regular pasta where you could cook it longer. So we'll cook it till it's nice and tender, not too soft, al dente. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. All right, so we got the 2 whole avocados, a cup of spinach, a cup of kale. Now what we're going to add is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to add about a teaspoon of paprika. We're going to add a teaspoon of basil. Give it that nice flavor. And we're going to add about a teaspoon of garlic. I'm going to put that all in there. All right. You're going to also add a half a cup of coconut milk or almond milk or whatever nut milk you decide you want to use. I like coconut milk and I like almond. So in this case, we have coconut to give it a nice creamy consistency. All right, so we put a half cup. If you need to add more to make it creamier, you could do that as well. All right. Another ingredient that we Northern Kingdom brothers like is that adobo. So I'm just going to add a little adobo to give it a little flavor. You don't want to add too much because then it becomes too salty. All right. And then also to give it that cheesy consistency, we're going to get some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast by Bragg's. It's an active dry yeast that has a lot of B12 and B6 vitamins. So it's pretty good for you. You can put it on salads and stuff like that. So we're going to add some of that. I like to add a little more than usual just to give it that nice creamy consistency. So we're going to add some nutritional yeast. You can look it up. You can find that at supermarkets. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to process all that up. It is going to get noisy though. So while we got the pasta cooking, we're going to get the sauce made. So again, for those that are just tuning in, it was 2 whole avocados, a cup of kale, a cup of spinach. It was a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of paprika, and half a cup of milk. And what am I missing here? A little adobo, nutritional yeast, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So we're gonna get that going. You're gonna pulsate it. You wanna get it nice and clean. stop that. I'm gonna give it a nice little whirl. Make sure it's nice and creamy. I usually mix it up with a spatula for a little bit, just to kind of get all the leftover killer spinach that hasn't been processed yet. So I'm gonna give that another whirl. Alright, so we should have a nice consistency, nice and green as you can see. It's real creamy. I'm going to give it a little taste. If you feel like you need to add some salt, you can do that too. I like to use the pink Himalayan salt, so I'm just going to give it a little taste. Alright, and I feel like it needs a little salt. So there you could kind of just like play with it, you know what I mean? We added the adobo, we added all those other condiments, all those other seasonings. I just added a little pink Himalayan salt. That should be good enough. For those that got high blood pressure, you guys gotta watch your salt. So alright, that should be good enough there. So we got our sauce ready. It's good to go. As for the audience, as you can see, it's nice and creamy, you know. And again, this has no cheese, no dairy, so this is vegan. It's a pretty good meal. So we're gonna put this sauce off to the side. Now we're gonna focus on our pasta real quick. Again, we are using brown rice pasta. And we're going to cook it al dente. We don't want to overcook it, because when you overcook the pasta, it gets really, really mushy, especially with brown rice pasta. It's probably the first thing you want to do before you prepare your sauce. You know, it's a quick and easy recipe. Again, this will yield for about 4 servings. If you have more in your household, then you just double up the portion. And again, for those that have missed out, it's tinkyara. You can find it in your grocery stores. You probably find it in the non-gluten section, or also where all the other pastas are. So, and it's actually better pasta for you as well. So while we wait on the pasta, which should be almost done, what we're gonna do too is I like to top it off with some sun-dried tomatoes. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take some sun-dried tomatoes. We have our sauce there. We'll just put it to the side for now. I'm going to take some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to slice them up really nice. And usually going to top it off with that. And again, this meal could be ate warm as soon as it comes out, or you could save it on for later. It also could be ate cold. You know what I mean? If you put it in the fridge, it's going to be colder, but this could be a cold meal as well if you want to save it for the Sabbath as well. So if you want to save it for tomorrow, you could do that as well and save it for the Shabbat. So our pasta should be almost done. I'm just gonna reposition the camera so you can see what's going on here as we're gonna go to our next step. Hope everybody can see that. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there viewing, wherever's online. Again, happy preparation day, as this is the day before Friday, before the sun sets, so we can get everything that we need to do before the sun sets. Because we all know, according to Exodus 20 and 8, we got to get all the work done, everything that we need to do, so we don't break the Shabbat. So we should be just about done. And again, you want to cook the pasta al dente. Which gives it about a few minutes. Bring it to a nice boil. Alright, we're going to drain that pasta. We're gonna be using the same pan that we used the pasta with too. So save yourself from washing and working double. Alright, we're gonna put that pasta back in there while it's nice and hot, because you can also enjoy this hot right afterwards. Or you can just let it set and cool and also eat it cool as well. Alright, from there on, we're going to add our sauce that we made. Take this blade out first. Make sure we get that in there. And again, this meal is a very high alkaline meal as well. It's very good for you. For you pasta lovers. We're going to put in that sauce in there. And again, you could use basil, fresh basil as well, if you wanted to give it that nice pesto-y kind of basil taste to it. In this case, I use kale and spinach. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to mix that pasta all around. Mix that cream that we made, that nice sauce that we made. I want to give it a nice little mix. And also, I'll post on the comments when I'm done with the video. I'll post it up. I'll post the recipe up as well. Again, it's a pretty easy recipe. You could probably get this done in a good 20 minutes. You want to mix that sauce nice in there so it gets right in the noodles. And there we have it. Again, you should get about 4 nice servings of this. I use 16 ounces of pasta with it. And again, if you have a bigger household, just double up the portion. Then again, I'm gonna garnish it out with some roasted, dry roasted some tomatoes. We should give it a nice little kick to it. And bam. There we have it. So we got a nice meal for preparation day. Again, you can eat this meal nice and cold. You can eat it right when it comes out. Also, it tastes really good, either warm or cold. So you could eat on the Sabbath as well to have something to eat. Or, if you haven't prepared any food, then, we do like we do. We fast on the Sabbath if we have to. So I'm just going to show you the quick finished product here. I hope y'all can see that. And that's how it should look like. It should be nice and creamy, a creamy consistency. If you want to make it a little more watery in a sense, put more milk. But that's perfect. The recipe that I gave y'all was pretty consistent. So again, I hope this video was edifying for y'all. I hope you could really take heed into treating our bodies right. Especially through these times with all these coronavirus. This will also boost our immune systems. Eating more fruits, more herbs, more greens, more alkaline foods. That's gonna help you keep your immune system nice and strong. So when you do get a cold, when you do get the flu or anything, your body's gonna fight it off like nothing. Abstain from all junk food, processed foods, all that type of stuff. I hope this video was edifying for y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Manessa online. Shout out to Brother Mikael. Shout out to Jeremiah. What's happening? Can you fast on the Sabbath? Yes, you can fast on the Sabbath, brother. Or fast whenever you need to. Remember, everything is good in prayer and fasting as well. Again, I hope this video was edifying and to help y'all eating right. Just like I'm learning how to eat right. Again, I want to give salute to all the 12 tribes of Israel. Shalom, happy preparation day, and a happy, sure early Shabbat. With that I say, shalom, brothers. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. Shalom.